Hi everyone, Tom here, and I'm joined by John Whitmer to talk about Rugrats Adventures in Gameland because he had a chance to play it on the last day of PAX West. John, first of all, can you tell us a bit about this game?
Yeah, so it's a retro-inspired NES-style Rugrats game, which I think fits with the audience they're going for because, a lot of 90 kids grew up with both the NES and Rugrats. And as you can see in the video, it's running on native hardware.
Yeah, it's not just NES style. I believe they actually developed this game on NES first. Now, how does that work between NES and maybe the newer HD visuals? We're seeing the NES version that you played here right now.
So the NES version cannot swap to modern visuals for obvious reason, but in the modern releases, which should be coming to every console, you have the option to just switch actively between 8-bit and these like modern styles that are faithful to the cartoon show of the 90s. Not like the new Rugrats, which is CG, but the old 90s one.
Now tell us why people should be excited about this game. Does it harken back to any other NES classics that people might be familiar with?
All right, so I can list a couple inspirations I felt right off the bat when I played it. It felt a little bit like Capcom licensed games from back then, so you got a little bit of Chip and Dale with its co-op, so it has drop in, drop out co-op, which is fun, and it has a little bit of Wario Land energy with having to properly use butt stomp and throwing enemies to defeat other enemies, and a little bit of TMNT with the life system. So if you die, or I guess you don't die as a baby, but you'll be replaced with another baby. So those 4 babies, which are the current player selection, are your life system. So you got Chucky, Tommy, Lil, Dill, and Lil. Yeah, it's been a while.
To be clear, this is TMNT, the one with the dam, that dam moment, right?
Yes, the one where if you touch anywhere on the side, you would pretty much die. Yeah, the bad one.
The bad one. Yeah, very true. Before it was arcadey. Now here we're kind of seeing them going up a tree. What were the different settings like when you're playing the game?
So I only really got to play through this one, but there was a lot of different options and verticality, which was very nice. There was a lot of little secrets that were platform tests, testing your skill, and I thought that was very nice because it's you have the obvious path, which is easier, so you can play with I don't know, you have a family, dad playing with their kid. And so you can go down this easier path, or you can try to do the challenge mode if you're playing by yourself, and go up it. And it does have difficulty mode, which is hilariously named easy mode is for baby mode, and the hard mode is just called grown up mode.
And with the controls here, did they feel like a better NES game? Like they managed to get that down, even though it's running on the hardware, or were there anything that you wish they were doing better than what you had played, things they might improve on?
Control wise, it felt like it understood what the old ones were, but have a lot of modern quality of life features. If you press pause, you can swap to any baby at any time. The actual physics in that feel a bit more precise and than some of the third-party games. So it definitely feels on par to the Capcom games from which were on SNES, I believe, but I think there were some on NES. So they felt solid, and things that I could see them improving on is just some clearer directions. I had a difficult time at the beginning because you're supposed to ground pound this flower, but there's no hint whatsoever. I feel like that was being inspired by old NES games where it's figure it out yourself, but I feel like they could be a little bit more clear on that.
Yeah, and oh god, we're seeing some birds on screen right now. This is a lot like Medusa heads in my memory. Did you come across a boss or anything in the demo?
Yeah, the boss was very cool. It's a multi-layer boss, so you first have to hit it to make it move up stages, and you have to keep moving up until you reach a point to where it no longer moves up, and you have to actively fight it then, which I thought was very cool. And I talked to the developer, and they said they don't want their fights to be sponges, just simple hit and learn the patterns. They want them to all feel unique. So that's very cool.
All right, and any closing thoughts about playing Rugrats? Because you got to play a lot of games. How did it kind of stand out playing kind of a one designed for old hardware in this day and age?
I just thought it was just really a solid piece. The artwork, which was apparently this is this first pixel artist's main game, and I think that they did a fantastic job at like making these very like iconic characters feel legible, and like you look at them, it's like, yeah, those are the characters, and still be like matching in this cute style. And along with like, it's gonna be a short, digestible game. I think I heard it was 7 levels, and you can get through them like within a day. So it should just be a nice, good bite of a game, and I feel like it's just good that it's just something designed to be short and sweet.
Well, I mean, DuckTales, that was like 5 or 6 levels. 7 levels is actually pretty good length for an NES game. The sprites, they do look quite good. They're pretty big for NES. Like, I love this monkey we're seeing on screen right now. And yeah, it's definitely one to look forward to. I believe no release date right now. Do you remember anything like that?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. It's early next year.
Okay, well, thank you very much, John. Any closing thoughts about Rugrats Adventures in Gameland before we wrap this up?
I don't know. They obviously seem to care. There's a lot of small touches. Like if you get damaged, you'll see your health bar, which is a baby bottle, squirt out the milk, which is a pretty cute little detail. And it has some bite, which is I like. I don't like a pure breeze, but it doesn't feel like it's over intimidating like a Mega Man game.
Okay, well, thank you so much, and thank you for listening. This has been another GameXplain discussion, and until next time, bye, everyone.